Dear friends, let us discuss Stammer. Stammer is a beautiful poem written by K. Satchidanandan, the great poet of Malayalam. K. Satchidanandan is a renowned Indian English and Malayalam writer. He is well known for his columns and articles in journals and newspapers on issues related to human rights, environment, and free software. His poem is chiefly noted for its social criticism and satirical expressions. He was shortlisted for the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2011. Stammer is a beautiful poem that amazes the readers with its charm of expression. First of all, we are going to discuss the profile of the writer, K. Satchidanandan. K. Satchidanandan, born in 1946 in Kerala, is an Indian poet writing in Malayalam and English. He is known as the pioneer of modern poetry in Malayalam. He is also a critic, columnist, translator, and the former secretary of the Kendra Sahitya Academy. As an intellectual upholding secular democratic views, he supports causes like environment, human rights, and free software. His lectures and articles on issues concerning contemporary Indian literature are thought-provoking. He was shortlisted for the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2011. K. Satchidanandan, Indian poet writing in Malayalam and English, known as a pioneer of modern poetry in Malayalam, critic, columnist, translator, and a former secretary of the Kendra Sahitya Academy, upholding secular democratic views, supports causes like environment, human rights, and free software. Indian poet writing in Malayalam and English, pioneer of modern Malayalam poetry. First of all, we are going to think about the poet's observation on stammer. Stammer is not a handicap, it is a mode of speech. It is the silence that falls between the word and its meaning. It is the silence that falls between the word and the deed. Stammer becomes a social phenomenon when all people stammer. Each time we stammer, we are offering a sacrifice to the god of meaning. Stammer is not a handicap, it is a mode of speech. It is the silence that falls between the word and its meaning. It is the lameness that falls between the word and the deed. Stammer becomes a social phenomenon when all people stammer. Each time we stammer, we are offering a sacrifice to the god of meaning. Each time we stammer, we are offering a sacrifice to the god of meaning. When all people stammer, stammer becomes their mother tongue. He is of the view that even the god may have stammered when he created man. The poet compares the prayers and commands of human beings, stammers like poetry. When all people stammer, stammer becomes their mother tongue. He is of the view that even the god may have stammered when he created man. The poet compares the prayers and commands of human beings, stammers like poetry. Now, let us discuss the important glossary in this particular poem written by K. Satchidanandan. Important glossary. So the first one is dialect. Dialect means a regional variety of a language. A regional variety of a language is dialect. What is linguist? Who is linguist? Linguist means a person skilled in the science of language. A person skilled in the science of language is known as a linguist. What is precede? It go or be before someone or something in time, place, rank, etc. Now the important questions. What does the poet think of stammer primarily? What is the first observation of the poet on stammer? It is not a handicap, it is a mode of speech. Stammer is not a handicap, it is a mode of speech. Second question, what according to the poet does a person do when he stammers? He is offering a sacrifice to the god of meanings. He is offering a sacrifice to the god of meanings. Third question, why does the poet refer to the linguist here? The poet is asking two questions. Did stammer precede language or succeed it? Is it only a dialect or language itself? These questions makes the linguist stammer. Linguist is a person skilled in the science of language. The poet is asking two questions. When does stammer becomes a social phenomenon? Stammer becomes a social phenomenon when all people stammer. When all people stammer, stammer becomes their mother tongue and also it becomes a social phenomenon. Stammer becomes a social phenomenon when all people stammer. How does the poet link stammer and lameness to silence? Stammer is the silence that falls between the word and its meaning, just as lameness is the silence that falls between the word and the deed. Stammer is the silence that falls between the word and its meaning. Lameness is the silence that falls between the word and action. The best comparison in the poem. That is why everything he utters, from his prayers to his commands, stammers like poetry. These are the last lines of the poem. These lines are the best lines of the poem. Just as it is with us now, explain. We are living in a democratic society. Our society is with a lot of burning social issues. We have our own responsibility to react with such social issues. Poverty, marginalization, criminalism, corruption, atrocities against women, unemployment, drug addiction, and environmental problems are increasing in our society. Unfortunately, majority of our people are not responding to these social issues. So the above lines, just as it is with us now, is an eye-opener to the modern world. Stammer is really a voice against social evils. Stammer is really calling us to response against social evils. We are living in a democratic society. Our society is with lot of problems. Prepare questions for an interview with K. Satchidanandan. What is the role of literature in our society? Stammer is a political poem. Do you agree? Why do you select literature as your field? What is your opinion about postmodernism in literature? What is your great dream? You can add more and more questions related to it. Role of literature, is it a political poem? Then the message of stammer. Express our idea against social evils. Stammer is a symbol of cowardice. Make your response on burning social issues. Stammer is the inability to make valuable contributions for a better society. Dear friends, thank you. Have a nice day.